As we continue to observe the development of Project Helix's elite pirates, it becomes increasingly obvious that these warriors will usher in a new era of space pirate dominance. They are incredibly resistant to damage, and their ability to transport and wield so many weapons at once makes them the ideal mainstay of our ground forces. Though they are not as quick as a typical pirate, it makes little difference. With a platoon of elite pirates in the vanguard of an army of normal and flying pirates, we will have a near indestructible backbone that should turn the tide in any engagement.
Welcome back to my Metroid Prime Let's Play, part of my trilogy series. I'm DeoGenZ. That's Samus in the awesome gravity suit. Haven't really gotten a chance to see her in her swank purple suit, so I thought she could strut her stuff on the elevator back up to Talon Overworld. We were just exploring the pirate mines, finding some Chozo artifacts, getting some upgrades, well, unlocking some doors, that is, and triggering the event that will get us an upgrade, and that's where we're going today. Today we are going after a new visor. I wonder what kind of view we'll be able to gain with this. Maybe it'll be like kaleidoscope view. That's like this difficulty challenge mode. You know how Metroid has normal, veteran, and then I think hardcore, or probably hyper mode is more apt to put it. And you'll know all about hyper mode when we get to Prime 3. But remember this blockage? It's not a blockage anymore! It's a pathway to... Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, that's right, bitch. I can freeze enemies now. And this one seems not to explode as the space pirates do, just by charging up my blasts. But missiles work all the same. So remember this room here, the one in which, yeah, annoying poison-spitting plants would try to bombard us with their bullshit. And we didn't have the ice beam, so we could break them so easily. Or maybe we did, I don't remember. But when we got up to the top of the spider track rail, what we found was a blockade. A Benzium blockade! So we come back, now equipped with power bombs, not just morph ball bombs. Tip of the hat to those who are lucid and who comment when I put out in bulk. I do appreciate that. I do read the comments, but now power bombs penetrate the area for us so we can go past. Alright, we have to combine our abilities here. It's all about the morph ball today. Or is it? No, I just said it was about visors, so it's all about Samus. It always is. Man, the Chozo are so lucky she showed up. What if Ridley just flew off in a different way? What if we would have never found these visors? We would have lost our suit abilities and gone to some desert planet, missing the X-ray visor? That would be extremely bad! Because then we couldn't see invisible things. What? Yeah, that's right. X-ray, I know it makes you think you see through things. And you do. Some surfaces you see right on through. To the other side! How do I get out of this? Power bomb? Survey says yes! That was epic. So the interesting thing is it doesn't allow you only to see through certain objects, but it does make invisible things visible. How freaking awesome is that? You will see the unseen of that unknown dimension, of which much is lacking in the knowledge department. So you'll be seeing something no one ever has before. I think these visors are awesome and a cool way to change up the gameplay of just an FPS adventure game. I think that's what makes Metroid more of an adventure game sometimes than just a mere FPS. It's just in the first-person perspective. So when you go backwards, you don't have eyes behind you like a third person, and you know you'll fall off that cliff, and oh crap. It's our old cronies. The Chozo Ghost. Hey, guys. You know, I was just saying how freaking lucky you freaks are that Samus showed up. And here you are, blasting me away like a dick. And apparently, ice does not work so functionally against these ghosts. Only the original Power Beam would. So that explains why pirates were having such trouble with it. Although, no, they've replicated the Power Beam. They have, indeed. In the special suited pirates. So, things that can't be seen, now seen in other dimensions! Ring a bell? That's right. These stupid Chozo ghosts, these ungrateful bastards who are fighting us for trying to save their freaking planet from Phazon and pirate infestation, they're going all aggro on us. But now we can fight back fair and square. And they're really just kind of pathetic when you get the X-ray visor. That is, of course, if you don't lose track of them like I have right now. Where are you, Mr. Ghosty? I don't want to go roaming around the map because these things are like wraiths. They flit about in and out of existence. And sometimes they'll be in one spot, and then another times they'll be in somewhere else. But now, their Super Saiyan-like transportation abilities don't look so impressive. I mean, they are still pretty friggin' cool in this visor, but we see what you're doing. You're just moving super fast on another spectral plane. Puh! You know, my cat can do that. And I won't even begin to explain how, but he can. He's a Russian blue. I mean, it makes sense. Russians can do. There you are, you little fucker. Russians can do almost anything, especially travel through different dimensions. That's why Russians were the first to space. Space! I hate it. That's a pretty good Vlad impression, no? Don't you think? Maybe a little off. But those ghosts are finally off their game. They're not so terrifying anymore. Their music is still tension-building, though. Man, that's such a great thing that Metroid Prime does. Aside from these lush environments that we are walking through and getting to see with our glimmering eyeballs, unless you're blind, and I feel sorry for you, then you have the soundscape to look forward to, or rather, hear forward to. I always say that too when I'm in test recordings. I record a little test to make sure the microphone works, and then I said, okay, let's see how that sounded. No, let's hear how that sounded. Anyway, you get the point. All of the tracks that you can get in the original soundtrack, which I don't know if they ever released a full-blown CD. I may have just found, you know, things, places. Oh, and actually, I just remembered. There's one last thing that we can do in this area. And since we're here, we might as well. It's a cylinder that we have to spin. Ha ha ha. Artifact. So how freaking sweet is that? We get a new upgrade, and how nice is it that we got to fight the Chozo Ghost with the upgrade instead of having to fight the Chozo Ghost then get the upgrade, kind of like we've had to do for, oh, I don't know, almost all the suit upgrades, except the exception of a few. The gravity suit we didn't really have to fight a big fight, but Flagra to get the Various suit just to go to Magmore Caverns, that we had to beat first, although it wouldn't have really helped us in the fight, so I guess my complaints are unwarranted, but still, very happy to have fought with the X-ray visor on and claimed the artifact in all one episode. That is bravo, bravo. Oh, that's just sick. Congratulating myself for getting 2 simple items in a non-100% walkthrough. This is, yeah, rather pathetic, but it is just a victory to me. This is such a large game that it's one of those games that as an LPer is very daunting, especially if there are so many other games to play. And I have played this one. I mean, this is an awesome, phenomenal game, don't get me wrong, but I've played this one over 4 times already. This would be like maybe 5th, 6th. I don't even keep track anymore. But I love Metroid Prime. And during the days of game droughts when I was only a Nintendo fanboy, this was what would get me through. However, now that there's Steam, and there's summer sales going on, at least when I'm recording this, probably by the time it's out, it'll be August. Actually, I know for a fact it will be August by the time you see this, so I hope the summer sale Santa treated you swell. And, you know, that speaking of Santa, I think they do a Christmas sale, too. So don't bum out if you weren't able to get in on the summer sale goodness, because Steam does this every year, twice a year. It's like Easter, sorta. I don't know. It's like all the it's the best holiday marathon ever. That's what it is, and we don't really want to go that way. We want to go back to the pirate base and the mines, and the way we went was through this unlocked gateway. Pretty clever how we can only get to it on the other side. We could, earlier in the game, see that there was something on that side, and that creates the draw for players. Wrong beam. Creates the draw for players to go and actually find out where that something is. Like, oh, there is a way to open this gate. I knew it! It's not just a blockaded area. Awesome! And it gets us excited, gets us interested, gets us involved more in the game. But man, I am involved in so many more games now. There's going to be so much content coming to the channel! And it's good that you hear this in August, because you will know for fall, even though I've got 5 classes going on in college, you'll still get content. No, cat. I'm not talking about cat content. Freaking Neon Cat down there wants to interrupt recordings. Cats are the worst thing for recording. If possible, and you are recording anything, a song, a video, LP, doesn't matter, leave the cats home. Well, don't leave them home if you're recording at home. Leave them in a different room, because they are disruptive. And, you know, I don't really want to fight you guys. I was just trying to get to a save! Even though we're good on health, and we definitely could take those bozos. We just got 2 upgrades.
Analysis continues on these accursed ruins and the Chozo temple that hovers near them. We are now completely certain that contaminant field denying us access to the impact crater is linked to strange artifacts that belong in the temple, but we are no closer to finding them or deciphering the riddles that seem to cover every wall of this ruined place. Command grows increasingly anxious for a resolution to this matter, so we must redouble our efforts. X-ray squadrons will begin terrain sweeps within days. Until they begin, patrols are instructed to report any and all architectural anomalies to their commanders.